Hey everyone, Zell here, and today we're back in Destiny, and we're going to be looking at an exotic rocket launcher today called the Gjallarhorn. Yes, the Gjallarhorn, not the Gjallarhorn, not the Gjallarhorn, nothing like that. However silly the name might be, it's the Gjallarhorn. And let's get started, as always, with the flavor text here. And it says, if there is beauty in destruction, why not also in its delivery? And that's by a Fazil Crux. And one thing to notice about this rocket launcher is it's always going to be solar damage, and when you look at the stats that I have with it, the rate of fire is somewhat slow, the blast radius is pretty high, velocity is quick, stability is alright, and the reload is maxed out due to perks. The magazine has 2 in it, and that never changes. So let's start looking at the stats here. On the first tier we have soft launch, less recoil, penalty to velocity. Confined launch, greatly reduced recoil, significant penalty to velocity. Smart drift control, predictable and controllable recoil, penalty to velocity. And then on the first upgrade we have tracking. Shells fired from this weapon track their targets. A damage upgrade. On the second tier we have a quick draw. This weapon can be drawn unbelievably fast. Snapshot, aiming this weapon is incredibly fast. And speed reload, reload this weapon quickly. And for the final and most amazing part probably in the game, we have Wolfpack rounds. Rounds fired from this weapon split into tracking cluster missiles upon detonation. It's dumb. I'll get back to that. And of course, the last 4 are damage upgrades. This is a new one. This is the first one I got. It was after the DLC, so it's going to be going to 331 damage, which I'm super excited about. But let's take a look at some things here. This first tier, really, I'd be fine if it wouldn't even exist. There's nothing in this first tier that does anything different than anything else. It's just not that nice. On the second tier, I went with speed reload out of the other ones because even though aiming and readying the weapon can be very, very fast, having the reload set up for this rocket launcher that only has 2 in the magazine is supremely helpful. Now, between the tracking and also Wolfpack rounds, it makes this rocket launcher truly devastating. It really does. It's really crazy how much damage it does, and I couldn't find a single enemy that would really stand up against it in the world, so I just went with a cluster of enemies to kind of showcase it. Now, one other thing I wanted to talk about here is when you look at what I have in the rocket launcher, it says that I have 5 rounds altogether. That's what's in my magazine and what's in my reserves. You can get this up to 7 between those two things if you have an extended magazine through armor, that is. So if you have an armor that increases how much heavy ammo you can carry, this will do better. And let's take a look at it. First off, when you aim and you have a target, I don't know if you can hear it, I'll shut up for a second. Hear that little beeping? Yeah, that's tracking. And then you can see the devastation. So, this rocket does a whole shit ton of damage, it really does, and it destroys everything. And the only problem I have with that, now if you get this rocket, don't get me wrong, like, you're far above the rest of people who don't have this rocket launcher, especially on boss fights. But what I have a problem with is the fact that it does too much damage. Like, that's my problem with this gun. It does so much damage that it's kind of unfair to all the other guns. Now, the only thing that comes close to this damage is the icebreaker, because you can rapidly fire it off. And that's the only thing. Everything else can't really come close. It really can't. Because of those little Wolfpack rounds right there. The Wolfpack rounds do so much. It really does. Like, it destroys everything. Absolutely everything. This is why Atheon dies in 15 seconds with Gjallarhorns compared to other weapons, because it's just too good. Not saying like nerf it or anything, but it's just too good. It's the simple fact of that's the case that's happening there. It is honestly a weapon that is too powerful for its own good. And yeah, so that's pretty much my review on the Gjallarhorn. And if you did enjoy the review, please rate, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave a like on it if you did like it. It helps me out a little bit. So I will catch you guys later. See ya.